change, how would you react to it? Would you consult people know much more about that, or try to figure it out alone? I'm the latter one. In my perspective, people only develop problem-solving skills when they manage to conquer an obstacle by themselves. In addition, it's open to seek help before you're making some efforts. Other people may consider you totally unprepared. 1 year ago, I had just joined a lab in my department to learn how to do research. It's my first time to grow the plant material. I sterilized 300 seeds with diluted bleach and I mixed the soil in the pot and sprinkled the seed on the pot. Next step is to place the pot in the growth chamber. What is growth chamber? It's a cabinet-like machine which can create ideal circumstances for the growing plants. Back to the subject, the problem was the temperature inside the machine was much lower than my expectation, and I had no idea how to fix it. What's worse, I rummaged in the lab, but still couldn't find the user guide. So I just looking around like this, and I found a senior student sitting in a corner of the lab. You guess what? I didn't come to ask her. Why? Because I'm too shy to interrupt her with such a trivial thing. In my imagination, she must froze at me after hearing such stupid question. So I just made a bold decision. I pressed down the heat button intuitively. I believed that would keep my seeds warm. Next day, I was taking 3 classes in a row, so I didn't come to check whether my seeds were all right, nor turn on my cell phone until the noon. Then I ran into my professor on the corridor. He was curious about what I had done. Then he asked me to show him the plants. So I went to the lab with the professor. I noticed that the heating button wasn't light up, and the temperature inside has risen to 32 degrees. That's a bit strange. I just wondered how to change the temperature setting. Suddenly, the professor called my name. Hey, Yvonne, did you forget to water the plants? The soil is extremely dry. It further confused me. I'm pretty sure I had watered the pots before I went home, but I still apologized. He looked so upset. I had better not saying anything sounds like excuse. Then he looked at the temperature window suspiciously and told me, if the temperature doesn't back to normal tomorrow, you had better call a technician to fix the machine. Then he left. At the lab, I take out of my phone and want to surf the internet. Once I turned on my phone, I saw numerous notifications on the screen. They were all from the research assistant, David. My heart almost stopped when I was reading the message. Hey, Yvonne, you almost ruined the machine. When I arrived at the lab on 10:30 a.m., the temperature inside had risen to 55 degrees, and the heat button was lighted up. I immediately turned off the machine and opened its door. I'm afraid that your seed may become a pile of roasted nuts. Then I restarted the machine at 12:30. Luckily, the machine functioned well. But my point is, never try to operate the instruments if you are not sure how to do it. Just ask me or other person in the lab. It's not a time to be shy. I did learn a lesson from this event. That is, always inquiring about information before taking action. If the task is beyond your knowledge, don't hesitate to consult other people. Asking a question doesn't mean you are stupid. In fact, messing up everything silently is much more stupid. Eventually, I want to express my sincere appreciation to David from the bottom of my heart. How kind he was to rescue me in time before Professor entered the lab. Without his help, the machine must have been broken and I will be kicked out from the lab. I hope everything goes well with him in his lifetime. This is the end of my speech. Thank you for listening.